Everyone is busy in their work. Only one boy sits on the couch and eating his chips. He don't have any idea who is coming, why they all are. They all are arranging everything. The another boy come and stand in front of him. The boy raises eyebrow. The another one speak, give me chips. Oh really? Never ever go and buy yours. He roll his eyes. No, give me chips. No, I don't. Jimin, I don't. No, give me chips. Jimin, no, buy your. I will not. He said with the pout and then Tay snatched the chips from him. Jimin eyes wide and Jimin, huh, mom, Mrs. Park. Oh my Jiminy, what happened? She said while coming from the kitchen. Jiminy, he take my chips. Tay is eating his chips. Mrs. Park said, Mrs. Park, it's okay. Jiminy is your best friend. Jimin, so what? She eat my chips. Tay, of course I. Jimin, give me back. Tay, take by yourself. He said, and they both start running in the hall living room. Mrs. Park eyes widen. Mrs. Park, you both stop. Both fell on the floor. They look at each other and start laughing. They look back and see Mrs. Park. They both gulp. Jimin, mom, Mrs. Park, what mom? Huh? See what you both did. We are arranging everything. Huh? You both don't talk with me. Go from. We are arranging everything, doing cleaning from morning, and see what you did. Dear, sorry, auntie, Mrs. Park. What auntie? Huh? You both don't talk with me. Go from here. Dear, sorry, I cleaned the floor, Mrs. Park. Kim Taeyang, why are you sitting here? You also go. Jimin makeup out. Jimin, I tell my dad, me and also yoongi. He said and run out from the house. Mrs. Park smiled. Take him in the kitchen. He says, Mom, so Mr. Park and Mr. Kim is best friend and they stay together but in different floors. Stay, Mom. Mrs. Kim, you are here. He just home and sit beside his mom on the table. Mrs. Kim, what you did now? I take the chip from Jimin and we fell on the ground and we everything. Mrs. Kim, te sign in your language snatch. Mrs. Kim, so Jimin mom, you Mrs. Kim, she did good. Listen now she is mad at us. What should we do now, Mrs. Kim? Where is Jimin? They don't know. He also must go in the room. Mrs. Kim said sorry. You know she is kind-hearted. She forgive you. Okay, I make something for her and then said sorry. Mrs. Kim dear too. She said while showing it. Tears widened and he gulped. Mrs. Kim, you don't even know how to boil egg and dare to enter in my kitchen. Mom, listen now. You help me, Mrs. Kim. I will for now go. Apple, it's okay, mom. He feel his mom gaze, he gulp and wash the apple. Mrs. Kim, I'm thinking what you do after. Tea means he look at his mom. Mrs. Kim, you know why are we doing this? Tea, don't tell he is coming. Mrs. Kim, yes, and if you said something wrong to him, I swear, Tang, it's not good for you. Tea, first of all, mom, why are they coming? Mrs. Kim, he is your. Don't forget this day, whatever. He rolled his eyes. Mrs. Kim, they must be reached in some minutes. Day, what? He is so shocked. Why you didn't tell me, Mrs. Kim? Just we don't want you. Just we don't want your this reaction. Tay, mom, Mrs. Kim, go and fresh up. Tay, oh really? No way, Mrs. Kim, you go. Or I said, Namjoon, you are not listening me. Tay, no, please not Namjoon. I'm going. He said and run to his room. Mrs. Park, who is here? Everything. Come, Mrs. Park, what we do with them? Mrs. Park and Mrs. Kim come out. They see their and their guests come. They both become so happy. They meet with everyone. Mrs. Min, I miss you so much. You both, so much. You both I miss you both so much. Sorry, Mrs. Park. We too finally we are meeting after a long time. Mr. Min is also their friend. They are talking Hyung. They are try to ignore us. I don't know. The person voice is so cold. At least talk normally. He sees Hyung is staying here. Mrs. Min, Jungkook son come. JK go and meet with everyone. Mrs. Min, she is Hyunji Tae mom. JK, hello and it's nice to meet you. Mrs. Kim, oh my son call me mom. Mrs. I mean Yoongi's son. Yoongi's son, he went to his mom and then meet with everyone respectfully. Nam didn't come. Jin also come downstairs. They all meet with the guests. So important note. They fix Jungkook and Tae in childhood. They don't like Jungkook, but Jungkook so happy. I remember our moments when we stayed together. Mrs. Min, where is Tree and Jimina? Mr. Park, yeah, where is my son, Mr. Kim? Whenever I come home, take come and meet me first. Mrs. Park, so Tree is in his room and Jimin he go out. Mr. Kim, and Park away. Mrs. Park, wait, I call him, then ask by yourself. Jin, mom, you again scold them. So, RM and Mrs. RM is Mrs. Parkson. Mrs. Park, no, I didn't. Mrs. Min, this still kid, Mrs. Park. Of course, like a 4-year-old kid. They both chuckled. Mrs. Kim come with Che. Hello everyone. He bought everyone. His eyes fell on Jungkook, who is staring him. He roll his eyes. Mrs. Min. Oh my Che show his box smile. Che. Hello auntie. Welcome Mrs. Min. Thank you so much. So Mrs. Min is always Che and Jimin favorite. Che sees dad a makeup out and went to Mrs. Kim. What happened with my son, Mr. Kim? Nothing. Mr. Kim, what happened? Huh? I'm where is Jimin? Teen mind. Oh my, he must go in the ice cream parlor, and everyone thought he's mad. He's at his mom. Byung actually, I'm. It's alright. Think the excuse. Do you know it's not like that, Mrs. Kim. Son, you must be tired. Come, I show you your room. JK, it's alright, auntie. We know where is our room, Mrs. Kim. Okay, they all elders go now. Only the youngers are left. Jimin go where Jimin go to Jin Young, I really don't know. I go in the kitchen and he go out. He must go to eat ice cream. Jin, what happened? Jay went to Jin and Jin smiled to see him. Jake is staring Jay with lovable eyes. He's looking so cute. Yoongi, let's go in the Jake, yeah, let's go. And they both also go. To Yoongi, auntie, me and Jimin again. Yoongi is talking on the phone with his manager. Yoongi, send me the file. I will check and text you if I want any changes. I will text if I want any changes. I am manager. Okay, sir. And he cut the call. He turned and bumped with someone. Yoongi, are you? He looked at the boy and his gaze became soft. Jimin is looking so cute. He wear yellow color hoodie and looking down. Jimin, sorry, I didn't see you. His voice is so low and he is sad. Yoongi heart to see his to hear his voice. Jimin look up, their eyes meet. Jimin see him, he don't know why he don't like to stand there. He run from there. Jimin, he take his name. JK, hey bro, what are you doing here? Yoongi see Jungkook, his expression change. Yoongi nothing. He go in the room. JK sign. He about to go take him. JK, hey listen. Tay look at him and raise his eyebrow. JK, how are you? Tay, you call me for asking this. JK, if you want, we can talk. Tay, not in your dreams. Also, he said, then go. Jimin come downstairs. It's night time. He is not talking with anyone, even not with Tay also. Tay is behind Jin. He said him to talk with him. Jimin come in the dining area. He meet with Mrs. Min and Mr. Min. Then sit on the chair. His eyes fall on Yoongi. He don't know why he's feeling weird. He ignore his feelings and silently start to do his dinner. It's first time Tay and Jimin are beside each other and silent. Mr. Park look like someone is silent today. Yoongi look at Mr. Park. Jimin, it's not like that. Dad, I am fine. Dad is right. What happened, Jimin? Jimin, nothing young. You are silent. I thought we give surprise to your mom. They forgive us. Jimin, forgive us for what she's the one who's called us. Jimin, still we did mistake. Jimin, you did. Why you take chips from me? I said you calmly, but you give me. But you don't give me. I don't have any other option. Now see, don't talk with me. Suddenly what happened with you? Why are you behaving? You are at mom. Jimin, why would I? Huh? I'm not. Listen, Jimin, it's okay. She is our mom. Jimin, I swear, Yoongi, I am not. It's just I'm not in mood to speak. I don't know suddenly what happened. It's alright. Sometimes it happen like this. You go in your room and take some rest without saying anything. Jimin, go. Trey become worried. Trey, Yoongi, what happened? I am nothing happened. Trey, he will be fine when he wake up tomorrow. Trey, but he never behave like this. I am sometimes it happen. Trey nodded and I am go. Yoongi, Jungkook, you both want coffee or something else? JK, I am not like Young, so I don't want. Jin, I make for you. Yoongi, it's alright. No need, Jin, no problem. And he make Trey start to help Jin, but his mind stuck on Jimin. Yoongi, Yoongi also go in the room. JK, why are you ignoring me? Tay, listen, I am not in mood, so go. Jin, Tay, sign, Tay, smile, Tay, Mr. Jungkook. I am not in mood, so get lost, please. Jimin come in the room and start crying. He don't know why he want to cry. He don't have any reason. Also, he hug his knees and start crying. Jimin, what happened? Why are you crying? Jimin look at Jin with teary eyes. Jimin, I don't know. Jin, I just want to cry. Jin, why, baby? Any reason? Jimin sign as no. Jimin, mom, that's why. Jimin no Jin Young, and it's not first time. It's always happened with me. Jin, oh my baby, stop crying. Sleep for sometimes you will feel better. Jimin, but Yoongi, why it's happened with me? Yoongi, it's nothing. Jimin, it's nothing. Sometimes a person become emotional, so you don't worry. Okay. Jimin stay silent. Jin hand is traveling in his ear, and then someone open the door. Jin see the person. Jin, Yoongi, you are here. Yoongi, Jin Young, can I stay here for some time? Jin nodded. Jin, maybe he already sleep. Yoongi, it's alright. He don't talk with me when he wake up. Jimin nodded. Jin nodded, and Jin go. You cry, huh? Yoongi, don't do this. Make me weak. How can I control how to see you like that? On his forehead and remove some hairs from his hair. Next day, Jimin come downstairs. He sees Jin in the living room. He went to him and sit beside him. Jimin, good morning. Jin, good morning. How are you feeling now? Jimin, I'm fine now. I don't know suddenly what happened with me in night. Jin, it's alright. So what you want to eat? Jimin, everyone do breakfast already. Jimin and Jin, he's still sleeping. Jimin make office. Jimin, then I wait for him. Jin, you four are left. You, Jungkook, Yoongi, and Tae. Jimin, oh okay, I wait for Tae. And then Jungkook come downstairs. Jimin, hey Cookie, JK, hey Jimin. Jimin, sorry yesterday I'm not well, so I don't talk with you. JK, it's alright. How are you feeling now? Jimin, better. Tell me about you. How was your journey? JK, huh? And your best friend thoughts. Jimin make a face. He said in teasing voice. They all chuckle at the same time. Yoongi and Tae come downstairs. He sit beside Jimin. Are you okay? Jimin nodded. What happened suddenly? I didn't sleep whole night, JK liar, huh? You just wake up now. You don't know anything, okay? JK, oh really? Jimin, you both stay silent. Jin, oh, okay. I make breakfast for you all. JK, Jin Young, no need to make. We will make by ourselves. Stay. You make by yourself. Jin Young, my strawberry milkshake. Jin, okay. And go, Jimin is in its thought. Where were you lost? Jimin, nothing. Jung Young, I heard you open your branch in Switzerland also. Yoongi, congratulations, you are really a hardworking guy. Yoongi, thanks, Tay. JK, I also help him. Tay just help Jimin. So what shall he do? JK, tell him, Jimin, they don't know how much hardworking I am. Jimin, like in university. JK, hey, don't bring university life. Tay, why now? What happened? Tay, leave them. Yoongi, you know my dad. Said I learned business and handle his company. JK, wow, uncle want to everything to you. Yoongi, Jungkook, Jimin, right? Jungkook, Tae, you don't talk with me. Jimin, where? Tae, just I said, mean I said. Tae, Jimin, he make up out. Jimin gave him again and again reason he fell for him. Tae, don't make up out now. Jimin, okay, leave it. Jin, your breakfast is ready. Jimin, Jin Young, serve here. Jin, we have dining table. Jimin, it's alright, serve here, please. Jin, sign. Jin, okay, Jimin, go to help. Tae, so you talk with him or not, Yoongi? No, I don't, JK. So when you do, Yoongi, I don't know. Taehyung, I know it's difficult for you, but you have to take step. It's about your whole life, Yoongi. I know, and I will do something. Tay, tell me if you want any help. Yoongi, thanks. Tay, no problem. And they serve the breakfast. Tay, thanks, Jin Hyung. Jin, call me if you want something. Jin's phone start ringing. He see the caller ID and becomes scared. Yoongi sees expression. Tay, what happened? Jimin silence. Not to understand. Jimin phone is continuously ringing. Tay, switch off his phone. They complete their breakfast and go. Jimin come in his room. He is feeling so scared. Tay, come. Tay, he again call you. Jimin, when he stopped to call me, you know, he literally started to me. That's why I am upset yesterday. Tay, we have to do something, Jimin. What we do, huh? I can't ask from Nam Jun Hyung to help me. You know what you do, Tay? What's the problem, Jimin? Jimin is so for me. I am his brother. He literally said to I don't want someone his life. So should we ask for someone else? Jimin whom Young perfect. You go and ask him for help. Jimin, are you? We should trust him and ask him for help. He will surely help us. And don't tell anyone, Jimin. How you know? I just know now. Go, Jimin. Sign as no. No, I Jimin. No, I don't go. No, I don't go. His phone again start ringing. I try go, Jimin. It's something happened. What we do? Jimin see his phone and start thinking. Jung is working on the laptop. He's talking with his manager also. Someone knock on the door. Jung heard and he opened the door. He see Jimin standing. He's looking so nervous. He's playing with his finger. Jung, you are here. Jimin, I want to talk with you if you are free. Jung, come. He gave him way to enter in the Jimin closed the door. He said Yoongi looked at him. He's also confused but he closed the door. Yoongi, tell me what happened. Jimin see the laptop and his phone. Jimin, it seems like you are busy. It's okay, do your work. I will come later. He about to go. Yoongi hold his hand. He looked back. Yoongi, no need. Tell me you come here. Jimin, my hand. He said in low voice. Yoongi, leave his hand. Yoongi, come sit. They both sit on the bed in front of each other. Yoongi, now tell me. Jimin looking down. Jimin, would I believe you? Yoongi, you should if you want. But remember, if you believe me, I will never break your trust. Huh? I will never break your trust. He looked up at Yoongi eyes. He can only see loyalty and sincerely. He feel like Yoongi said him this before also. Yoongi, now tell me. Jimin, actually it's been a lot of months, 5 to 6 months. Someone is calling me continuously and said he know everything about me. He said I come to meet him but I don't know anything. What who is he? I asked him we know each other either and he said no. How can I go to meet someone whom I don't even know? And then I don't attend his call. I blocked many times, but he changed the numbers and called me. It's not finished here. He started to me. I always feel someone is following, but in start I don't take it serious. But now I'm scared. He said if I don't come, my family. What should I do now? Please, what should I do? Which what should I do? Where is my text? Listen, Jimin, first, it's not a small thing, and secondly, 5 to 6 months pass, and now you are telling me, Jimin, I said, no, I don't want the take stress, Jimin. It's not about stress, Jimin. If something happened to you, then, Jimin, you will help me or not, Jimin? Of course, I do. Listen, if something happens, if something like this happen again, then you have to tell your elders, Jimin. Promise me. Jimin, no, I don't promise with you. Yoongi, you share with me. Jimin looked at him. He nodded. Yoongi, promise. Jimin, okay, promise. Yoongi, can you give me your phone? I take the numbers. Jimin, yeah, he gave his phone and Yoongi take his number. Jimin, now you go. He don't call you. Jimin, what you do with him? Yoongi, now you leave the matter on me. You tell me your work is finished here. Jimin, don't tell anyone. Jungkook also. Yoongi, I said I never break your trust. Jimin, thank you, he said, and go. Yoongi san. Yoongi, huh? He called someone. Yoongi, I sent you a number. I want the person within 30 minutes. Uh, 2 days pass. Yoongi sit in the living room. Jimin come. Yoongi, you are here. Come sit. Jimin sit in front of him. Yoongi, so why you are here? Jimin, I am here to say thanks to you. Yoongi and forward. Jimin, of course you helped me. I am so tense, but when I tell you after he don't talk with me and maybe he don't come behind me also. Yoongi, that's good. Then no need to say thanks, Jimin. Where you helped me a lot. I'm so thankful to you. Tell me what I do for you. It's okay, Jimin. You no need to do anything. Jimin, tell nah. You help me a lot, and no one also got to know anything. You know I'm scared if I tell him, and they ask me etc. You help me also. Now I am not worried anymore. Yoongi, it's okay, Jimin. Just if something happens with you again, then tell me, Jimin. I will for sure. Now I don't change the topic. Tell me what I do. Yoongi, nothing. Just for you, Jungi, if you will, if you want, Jimin, yeah, but now, not now. See, I'm not in mode now, Jungi. It's alright. You will make whenever you want. I will wait for your coffee, Jimin. Huh? Really, you want? Jungi, Jimin. Then I make soon. Jungi chuckle. Jungi, okay. Jimin is feeling so comfortable with Jungi, and it's so new for him. After that, he never talk with anyone except his family members and other one and close one. Yoongi and Jimin heard the voice of an Yoongi again. Tae and Jungkook, I am thinking how can they spend their whole life together. Tae Yoongi, I am so done from your brother Yoongi. Me too. Uh, uh, too, but we can't do anything. Yoongi, Jiki Hyung. I said him simple thing. Take me outside. I have to buy books, cheeky or really, he don't consider me as it, and I take him out. Wow, I know but who changed the reality? You mean, but I want to go. I want to eat ice cream. You also come. Then we send them alone. I take ice cream and come home. Yungi, I also want to eat ice cream. JK, wow. First I go with you in library and then take him for ice cream. After knowing everything, how can I? They both and Jimin staring them with his big blue eyes. Jungi, what happened with you, Jimin? Seeing them like this, I decided never with anyone. He said, and Jungi smiled. Mrs. Min, what is happening here? Auntie, I said him take me outside, but he said no. Jikala, mom, it's nothing like that. Mrs. Min, Jungkook, take him outside. Jiki, mom, Mrs. Min, what mom taking outside? See, auntie, I don't say for outing. I have to buy some books from library. That's why, Mrs. Min. It's okay, son. If you said him for outing, also take him. JK, fine, come with me. Tay feeling proud and smake Jimmy and me. He said with the biggest smile, Mrs. Min. Oh, what happened with my mochi? Yoongi, I said, but he didn't give me any reply. Mrs. Min, why Yoongi take him out? Yoongi, I am ready. Mrs. Min, okay, now you are happy. Jimin face light up. He nodded, and Mrs. Min go, Tay, why are you showing me so attitude, huh, JK? Because I am Jungkook. Yoongi and Jimin not again. They speak together, and Jimin giggle. Yoongi smiled to see him. She and could go. Yoongi, Jimin, Yoongi, listen. Yoongi, yeah, said Jimin, we are going outside. I buy coffee for you as a thank you gift. Yoongi, no, our commitment is you make coffee for by yourself. Jimin, but the cafe coffee is more tasty than my Yoongi. I don't care. I want your handmade coffee. Yoongi, okay, but you know, Yoongi, one thing, Yoongi, what? Jimin, the person so lucky who have you in his life. Yoongi, really? Jimin nodded innocently. Yoongi closed him and then whispered, Yoongi, then you are so lucky, past Jimin. He said, Janko. Jimin eyes widened. What you mean by red tint? And Jungkook go in the library. So Jungkook is showing attitude just to gain attention, and he's successful in this thing. Jimin, Yoongi, yes. Jimin, where Tae and Cookie go? Yoongi, they said they have to go library, so they must go in the library. Jimin nodded. Yoongi, tell me which flavor you want. Jimin, you know, he's in his thoughts, and he said he didn't realize what he said. Yoongi, go and buy ice cream for him and coffee for himself. He come and give to Jimin. Jimin, see, Jimin, how you know this is my favorite? Yoongi, you tell me by yourself. Jimin, huh? Me when Yoongi just now. Jimin, oh, I, I am thinking something. Yoongi, maybe you are. Jimin again lost in his thoughts. Yoongi, Jimin, what are you thinking? Jimin, you know, Yoongi, I had 1 year ago. I wake up after a long time, and on that time, to from now, I feel like I miss something. I miss something very precious. But mom said I don't. Why it's happening with me, Yoongi? Maybe you lost something very precious. Jimin, what I feel like. Yoongi, Jimin, you forget something important. Jimin, I don't know. Yoongi looked at him. They both looked into each other's eyes, and then Yoongi eyes widened. He held him and jumped into another side. They both fell on the ground. So here is the first part. I know you are waiting for special part, so I promise I make special part soon. Don't worry, okay? I will upload special part tomorrow. I promise. Hope so you all like. If you like, then subscribe and tell me in comments. Bye bye. Take